Greetings, everybody. I want to talk to you about the holidays: Christmas, Easter, Valentine's, Good Friday, and so on and so forth. These holidays are all Western holidays, but in the Caribbean and Africa, we celebrate these holidays as well. Christmas is the birth of white Jesus. Christmas is associated to a fat white man who determines who's naughty or nice. Valentine's Day is about love, but the origin of Valentine's Day is not based on love. It started out with a very dark past. Women in Europe used to be raped. The virgins used to be raped on this day. And later on, the practice of raping women became one that supposedly acknowledged the loves of individuals' lives. I do not celebrate Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is every day for me. And I don't participate in things that had deep, dark past. Halloween is one of those holidays that I do not get because Halloween is about blood and gore and evil for the most part. I remember going with a friend who introduced me to this Halloween trick or treating event. I took my children, and when I got to a house that night, I was appalled with what I saw. There were images of people, bodies on the ground with axe in their heads and blood running out of their mouth, or what appears to be blood. And I thought, this is evil, and I don't want to participate in this. Now, if you went to a crime scene and saw a person with an axe in the head, there would be a yellow tape around and it would be a crime scene. A lot of houses look like crime scenes. I do not participate in Halloween. I do not introduce it to my kids. When they were young, I would buy them candies just so that they didn't feel like they, were not a part of living in this country. And I stopped doing that over time because you can't send missed messages. You can't say, well, I won't take you trick or treating, but I will participate in getting you candies. So I stopped doing that altogether. Easter represents the death of the white Christ. And I don't get why Christians are mourning, because if the scripture says that the Father sent the Son to save and redeem mankind, and he had to pay with his life. You see, a lot of these holidays have to do with death and destruction. A lot of these holidays, Christmas is supposedly the birth of the Christ, the white Christ. As a black child growing up, when I look at the imagery of the white Christ, I thought that I was not special. I felt like if you didn't look like that Christ, that means that you were not a good person, that you were bad. And so you would hear people say things around you, anything that's not too good is black and everything that is perfect is white. So I don't like Christmas or Easter. But I love Emancipation Day because emancipation talks and shows us how the ancestors fought for their freedom. And don't get it twisted, people. Don't start saying or believing that, we were given our freedom. We were not given our freedom. Our freedom was taken in strides. The Maroons fought for their freedom. The individuals in Haiti fought for their freedoms. And if they were given their freedom, individuals wouldn't demand a payment for slaves that were lost to them. And so, black people, also keep in mind that you were never slaves, you were enslaved. Now we are slaves because a lot of us have to work and build some people and give them all money, and we barely have anything to survive. We are slaves now, and slaves now doesn't have anything to do with color, but our black people were enslaved then. How many of you, by a show of hand, celebrate a holiday that is specifically related to your ancestors or to you as a people, while you're busy celebrating Christmas and Valentine's and Easter and Halloween? How many of you actually take time to stop and think about Rosa Parks Day? I know the Black Americans, some of these holidays are very meaningful to them, like the Martin Luther King Day and the Rosa Parks Day. But how many of you from the Caribbean even think about these individuals who have allowed you to enjoy the freedoms that you have? Because if these individuals didn't stand up for their right and sacrifice life and limbs and freedom, you people from the Caribbean would not be there enjoying all kinds of things now. Emancipation Day is very important to me. Love this holiday. The thought of my ancestors rising up and determining that it was better to die than to live as slaves or as enslaved people. I love that day. I absolutely love that day. I cherish the memory of the individuals who fought and to liberate me. I like birthdays that are related to family and birthdays of the ancestors. I enjoy these holidays, anniversaries, special holidays that are important to the Black family. I always celebrate these days. As you get ready for Christmas, and if it's a very important holiday for you, I also ask you to think about Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, just to name a few of these individuals who did not allow themselves to be caught up with the holidays of their time, but were busy doing things to liberate our base, to liberate our minds. And a lot of us as Black people, or, if I may use Bob Marley's quote, it isn't our bodies that are enslaved anymore, it's now our minds. And we celebrate things that are not important to us. And we refer to all the things that are as pagan. Every holiday that was related to Black people was seen as a pagan holiday. What is your favorite holiday? What does these holidays mean to you? And how involved are you in teaching your children of the significance of this holiday? How motivated are you to enlighten the next generation? The Jewish family, in celebrating their high days, pass on the love and the celebration to their children, so they will always maintain that strength in their community and pride in all that makes them Jewish. Some Middle Eastern people are like that too, but Black people, these holidays that we celebrate, they're not all our holidays. They have no meaning to us in terms of where we come from and where we're going. Be blessed, everybody. Think on these things.